Hello again, everybody. This is Gen X Man. Thank you for taking a moment to stop by, listen to me on this beautiful Super Saturday. Got a bona fide gem for y'all today. Check this out. And that's right, Scooby Scooby Doo, where are you? Got some work to do now, like reviewing this. So sit back, grab a drink, and I'll fill your ear with some praise for one of the greatest cartoons of a generation. It was created by it was created by Joe Ruby and Ken Spears. That's Ruby Spears for us old timers. And produced by everyone's beloved production company, responsible for bringing us so many animated memories, Hanna-Barbera. The series premiered back in September of '69, aired for 2 seasons, and then ran reruns from then on, which is where I picked it up. That would have been in the early '80s. Back then, well, maybe a little bit earlier. It depends. I mean, do you remember stuff from that far back? Back then, it was only aired on CBS and then ABC. And remember when shows only were on like one channel? I gotta say, I do appreciate being able to watch whatever I want, whenever I want. That is one thing the modern age has over that era. Not much else, though. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. But did you all know the gang had last names? I didn't know that. Now, when I was doing the research for this video, several articles mentioned last names like Fred Jones, Daphne Blake, Velma Dinkley, Shaggy Rogers. That was weird. This is just legitimately the first time I've heard of this. I mean, let me know in the comments if you knew about this. This was new to me. But anyway, the show was very formulaic, which we all know. You know, the formula for the shows from this era were, it's gang encounters a mystery, gang investigate, shenanigans ensue, and eventually some D-bag is unmasked as a dastardly doer. That being said, it was always an enjoyable journey. Even if the structure and conclusion were always the same, it's not a criticism. It's certainly not a detractor. It was, kind of comforting that way. But season one ran 17 episodes, and season two had barely half that at eight. Season three returned to the season one formula, running 16 episodes, and that was a total of 41, which is what this here DVD set has, the complete 41 episodes. And for my money, these are the episodes I dearly wanted. And kudos to the old lady for finding this on Amazon. It is a great treat and honestly a must have for any household that enjoys the classic, wholesome, fun cartoons from back in the day. I mean, there's a reason it gets its own DVD set. It's real good. But this is the version that had Don Messick. He voiced Scooby, and for this collection, and we had a split for the voices of Daphne and Velma. Season one had Stefaniana Christopherson. I hope I said that right. No relation that I could tell to Chris Christopherson. She was Daphne, and Nicole Jaffe. I couldn't find any information if she's related to Taliesin Jaffe from Critical Role. Maybe that's hidden back there in the weeds, but she voiced Velma. And this traded off for season two and three. They left, both those gals left after season one. But for season two and three, we had Heather North as Daphne and Pat Stevens as Velma. And truth be told, I never noticed a difference. Individual mileage may vary. So the legend himself, Casey Kasem, voiced Shaggy, as we all know and remember quite well, and just absolutely loved that voice. And that new actor they got, I felt like, man, he nailed Shaggy. And those were big shoes to fill. Casey Kasem himself. But even more of a twist that I was not aware of. Another thing I wasn't aware of, but that Frank Megatron Welker voiced Fred. Can you believe that? That is a bit of a departure for that man, and I never would have guessed that one. Frank Megaton Welker was Fred. I did not know that. That was something. This particular box set does not have a date on it that I could find, but to the best of my research ability, it appears to be from November of 2010. Warner Home Video, of course. The wife assures me this is the definitive collection for this type of, this is the '70s version. This is the one that you remember from your childhood. She's almost always right, so I believe her. It looks like you can find it on Amazon for about 20 bucks, give or take. So obviously a great investment in physical media, and I have said it before, I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it. Get your physical media. Streaming services are going to keep playing that shell game with their holdings. You know, one day it's on this one. Oh, wait, this is a different day. So it's going to be over here. So, get you subscribed to all these freaking things just so you can watch your shows. And you've got digital content that just vanishes from time to time. Just gone. Not on any streaming service. No, you can't find it nowhere. So y'all need a backup to enjoy these shows. Trust me on this one. Get the physical media. I will keep preaching. I will die on that hill. But finally, from a personal standpoint, this is a wonderfully enjoyable trip down memory lane. Definitely something you want in your collection, right next to, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, Thundar the Barbarian, Herculoids, Space Ghost, etc., 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 all the other awesome entertainment from our childhood. Grab yourself a copy today. It's Saturday. Great day to enjoy some cartoons. But anyway, a little brief video here today. Thanks again, everyone that's given me a couple minutes of your time, and welcome all the new faces that have subscribed. That just tickles me to no end. And now that we're starting to gather up, I've been kind of brainstorming some ideas. All the kids love to have some kind of a name for their subscribers. So it's like a Gen X crowd, Gen X fam, Gen X tribe, Gen X group. I don't know. I'll keep thinking on it. Feel free to share your ideas in the comments below. I'm always listening. And if I put a smile on your face, please consider giving this video a like. It helps the channel a ton and makes me feel just 10 feet tall. And if you've enjoyed this content, I put out videos several times a week. Consider subscribing and joining the group, crowd, whatever. Anyway, it's about all I got for this video. I hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane and hope I gave you a good recommendation for something to enjoy today. So have a good one.